Voila. Um, Hello, everyone watching this at home. Today, I have the pleasure to have a short chat with Tim, one of the undoubtedly creative people behind WijKomenTerug, which literally translates as "We Will Return." They have set up this initiative in response to the COVID-19 crisis, which is sweeping through Belgium as we speak, just like in the rest of the world. So, well, let's get to it. Tim, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Maybe as a first question, can you tell us a bit what you exactly do and what Wij Komen Terug is all about?
Okay. I'm Tim and I work at Marbles. Marbles is a marketing agency based in Antwerp, Belgium. And in a normal world, we help companies with their marketing efforts. But Wij Komen Terug is an initiative that is completely um, started it during this crisis. And it's a platform to support local shops and entrepreneurs in Belgium. We saw that a lot of companies were forced to close due to the COVID-19 virus and are left with no income, but still a big amount of fixed costs. And Wij Komen Terug tries to gather all those local shops and entrepreneurs in order to help them sell gift cards. As a customer, you can support those local shops and entrepreneurs with the purchase of a gift card. And in that way, they already receive the money, so they can keep on paying the bills. And there's also a moral support from their clients telling them we are coming back.
Mm-hmm. And can you maybe share with us how you came up with the idea, right? Where did it come from? What inspired it? Well,
Of course. At Marbles, we are a marketing agency, and we are trained to find opportunities where no one else does. In times of crisis like today, actually, that's a pretty big advantage. One of the team members, she came up with the idea because she saw a lot of individual shops complaining online about the loss of income and the need for a solution. And the team picked up the ID, and 24 hours later the platform went live. So it was
24
amazing
hours. Yeah.
it was amazing to see how our team, physically so far apart, was working together, driven by what's in the purpose of Marbles, creating opportunities for companies and organizations.
Mhm. And I can imagine working well that far apart and then trying to implement a solution within 24 hours is not a very easy thing to do. Can you maybe elaborate a bit on that?
That's also what I thought at first, that it would be very hard to communicate, that video chat is nice, but it's not effective. It would be difficult to debug the system, etc., etc. But actually, things went pretty fluid, and we didn't really have any communication issues, and we understood the way we had to take, and we just followed our gut feeling, I guess. I don't know. And we were all in the, yeah, we just understood each other, so that made it a lot easier, I think.
Mhm. So I think then the experience that you had already working with each other made it well much more fluently working with each other like this, much easier.
Yeah, I think because we know each other, it does make a difference, I hope.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Um, Now, I think that we, as Enactus, a lot of the students here, um, are working on different societal challenges. They have many ideas to create an impact, can be related to poverty, food scarcity, homelessness, waste, and so on and so on. And they are also working very hard to turn these ideas into, well, reality, into concrete solutions. So can you maybe, from your perspective, share some insights on what you think is crucial in the process of coming up with new ideas then and actually also developing them?
In my opinion, there's no better way to explain than Nike does. Just do it. It doesn't matter if your idea is a worldwide success or not. If it results in making the life of one person better, why wouldn't you do it? Maybe your idea is a success, maybe it's not, but just follow your gut feeling. And if you think it's worth it, don't hesitate and just do it.
So it's really about, well, I have this idea. Let's just, maybe it's not finished yet. Maybe there are still some tweaks here and there, but let's just try it. Let's bring it out. Let's be proactive and let's work on it, and then we'll see and adjust while we are going.
Yes, yes. There's too many ideas that stop because a lot of people always are saying yes, but. So stop saying yes, but, and just do it and start it and adapt and make it better while things are already running.
Yeah, okay. So I think something very important, and maybe that is often overlooked, is you need to find the confidence and the courage to actually push your ideas, even though you're not sure yet whether they will work. So it's about courage, it's about working with uncertainty, I guess.
Yeah, it's just about believing in something, and if you think your idea can make a difference, just try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Nobody's harmed. Nobody is dying because you tried something. Um, so
Okay.
just try it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Okay. Maybe another question. COVID-19 can be seen as a barrier for many projects and businesses. So for one, people cannot meet each other face to face anymore. But it is often said that creativity kind of blossoms when faced with limitations and resistance. People need to find new ways to get around whatever is blocking them, whether that's a pandemic or something completely different. Now, as someone that has worked with creativity and ideas all his life, well, do you agree with this statement? And if so, how should we, as innovators, as an Enactus community, approach limitations and resistance from the outside world?
Um, I couldn't have imagined what is happening today, and because we at Marbles, we already worked at home often. We were used to working at home. We were used to working in other places and using video chat, but we had never simultaneously worked apart as a team. So it's pretty amazing for me to see how our business just can keep on running without seeing each other in real life. Okay, we miss talking to each other in real life, and there are other challenges when working at home, but in general we manage. And it's the same thing I see in society. I also thought that society would collapse completely because there are a lot of people who aren't digital yet. But what we see today in Flanders is that a lot of companies are using digital or finally turning into digital because they have to, they are forced to, and that's a transition that will benefit in the long term. And I hope it will make people think differently, and also make people think or will make sure that people start asking questions whether the meeting we have planned is still useful, or whether it's necessary to take the car to go to a place X or Y. Um, so I hope that society will learn a lot of this pandemic.
So that they become a little bit more well efficient in their way of well holding meetings, coming together, and so on and so on.
Yeah, I hope that people will start to look at each other again and look at each other as people. And the most beautiful thing that is happening now is that business is not on the first place. People and health are on the first place, and that's what makes this situation very warm and very what makes me happy in this crisis situation. That it's not about the money, it's not about business, it's about people staying healthy and people caring for each other. And I hope that society will, if only a little bit, remember this.
So that they take this I guess this feeling of let's do not put economics before people with them because of this crisis, right? I think this is kind of what Enactus is about, trying to solve well, problems related to people, how people well are with each other, how society is built up, and well putting people before profits and economics, right? So I think that's a very very nice statement, very nice message for all of our students here. I also want to ask, like this project, like you said, 24 hours has been set up in a very short amount of time. How does acting in a crisis situation differ from acting in more normal circumstances, like day-to-day circumstances?
The biggest difference is, of course, that we weren't physically together building a project. It's the first project we launched with a complete team that couldn't work together in real life. The other challenge was that we had to act fast. There was no time to waste. There was no time to lose. So it was really think, create, execute. And nowadays we are still improving the platform, but the most important thing that is that the platform is online and it's working, and we are finding local stores and local entrepreneurs. And now we are trying to make the platform better, to get a bigger reach, to find new organizations or cities to enlarge the platform.
So again, a good example of what you said before: act proactively, do something, create something, and then based on the feedback you get from people, tweak it a little bit, change it, evolve it over time, right? But take that first step. Take that first step to actually create a product already, and then afterwards see where you can change and adapt it. Okay. So well, Enactus students tend to be pretty entrepreneurial. Like I said already before, they are focused on creating positive societal impact, and they do that by working in teams. So maybe as a final question, do you have any last tips or tricks for them in these well challenging times?
I can only tell you just to try to listen to what society needs and act on it. Okay. People are very open nowadays, are very open to help in times of crisis. So any initiative you want to start, these times are very are times where there's a lot of solidarity, and people are very open-minded to help and enlarge initiatives that can help the world survive COVID-19. So I think the most important thing is don't hesitate and try and do something.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you very much on my behalf, team, for this interview, but also on behalf of the whole Enactus community. I think that we can all agree that WijKomenTerug is a very good example of we can all respond proactively and also with dedication during these difficult times. So I think it's a learning opportunity for me, but also for everybody that is watching this interview right now. Also, everybody at home, if you want to get to know WijKomenTerug a bit better, please visit our website at wijkomenterug.be. So for all the non-native Dutch speakers who probably didn't really understand what I just said, you'll find a link in the notes. Thank you very much for listening. Stay safe. Don't forget to keep those creative juices flowing. And well, good luck with your projects. Thank you very much. Bye, Tim.
Bye.